Hello, everyone. My name is Braden. This is Airless Quill 9, and in today's video, I'm joined by my good friend Sean. Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Okay.
I'm excited
uh,
to look at this today.
yes. So, we are going to take a look at the 2024 Wizard. As far as I'm aware, there's not a whole lot of changes. But we are going to look and see what they did change. We have this new fancy art. Not this old dude.
No more raggedy old man.
Yeah, no, not a raggedy old man anymore. Look at this rather elegant looking uh wizard. Bunch
The
of
design's really nice.
books.
I love the staff.
I can't tell if this is like some type of shield or I don't know what's going on here. This might be an arcane ward, potentially.
That would make a lot of sense.
Alrighty. So let's see here. This is new. They have a core class traits table now, so wizard, of course, their primary abilities, intelligence. D6 hit die. Intelligence and wisdom saving throws, which is the same. Skill proficiencies, choose 2. Arcana, history, insight, investigation, medicine, nature, or religion. Looks like they added nature as a skill proficiency. It does make sense because that is an intelligence skill, right?
Yeah.
Proficiencies, all simple weapons. No longer just daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows.
Definitely, it's a simple change, but it doesn't affect everything much, especially now species don't really have a lot of weapon proficiencies.
Yes, but now I'm thinking about a wizard walking around with a great club slung over their shoulder. Because
That's
that's
true,
a
yeah.
simple weapon.
Get from Xanthars, put the ruby into the weapon.
mm. You're talking about the Ruby of the War Mage?
Yep.
Yeah. I hope that's in the new DMG. That'd be kind of funny.
Yes, please.
No armor proficiency makes sense. They didn't have it to begin with. Let's see here. Starting equipment, choose A or B. A is 2 daggers, arcane focus. They're doing the quarterstaff. Robe, spellbook, a scholar's pack, and 5 gold pieces. Or they can just take 55 gold pieces, which should be the exact equivalence of what this equipment adds up to.
Hmm.
As far as I'm aware, this is lower than Bard and uh, Barbarian, which is
Oh,
interesting. Barbarian had 75 gold pieces and Bard had 90, so that's kind of interesting. Though this is just gold pieces for equipment,
hmm.
so the wizard's not going to need a whole lot of equipment.
I also like that they specifically make sure you do get a robe as a wizard
Oh,
in
yes,
comparison to 2014's.
that's true. They don't have any clothing at all in this, so I guess your wizard's walking around naked in 2014.
I'm this crazy little wizard coming up.
Funny. I believe this is pretty much the same. This is just what you get as a level 1 character, which are wizard
Mhm.
traits, wizard features, multi-classing. You didn't really get anything other than wizard features.
Yeah.
Oh, and spell slots. It's a multi-classing. So let's see here. What's new here? There's the new column for prepared spells. Every spellcasting class has this now. So, the wizard used to prepare spells equal to their intelligence modifier and wizard level. Now there's a set number, which is slightly different.
It's I don't want to say it's balanced, but I guess it is balanced.
It's
Just because
yeah, it's pretty close because if you think about it, a wizard should have like maybe a 16 or 17 intelligence starting off at level 1.
Mhm.
So one,
Unless you roll dice and get
yeah,
the +2 to your intelligence.
exactly. So I mean, 4 is about what you would expect at level 1, anyways.
Mm.
And this scales pretty decently. It jumps by 2 at 5th level. Jumps by 2 again at 9th level. There's a no jump between 11th and 12th. And then it kind of just jumps by 1 at every level
Jumps by
after
2 to
that.
16 though.
True. Oh, actually, yeah, you're sorry. 19 to 21.
Yeah.
And then 25 would be the cap that you would have normally had, probably.
Unless you go over 20 intelligence.
True, which is mostly unlikely depending on who your DM was.
Yeah.
So that's pretty close. Cantrip scaling looks exactly the same. Yep. Yeah, let's see what's new here. A ritual adept is a new feature.
Quote unquote new.
Yeah, quote unquote new. Scholar is a new feature.
Yes.
Wizard subclass was moved to 3rd level from 2nd level, which is
Yeah.
something they did with every single class. Every single class.
In my opinion, I actually think it would have been smart to follow Wizard and have everyone's archetype be at level 2. That way you dip a level into it to get an idea, and then the next step would be get the archetype. So
Yeah.
I understand why they made it more simple where everyone went to 3 already majority classes, but I think Wizard had the original right idea.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, this to me, all moving the subclasses is doing is making it to where multi-classing is not as potent
Mhm.
for the first couple levels. Because for classes that had their subclasses beginning at level 1, like Warlock and
Sorcerer.
yeah, Sorcerer and Cleric, um, now you're not getting all the subclass features if you just do a tiny dip into each class.
Rest in peace, not getting that wild magic at the start.
True. That's okay though. It does look a little bit more full here at the beginning levels though, since they've
Yeah.
spaced things out though. Ability score improvement. It's pretty good. Memorize spell is a new feature. Subclass feature at level 6. Ability score improvement. Subclass feature level 10. Ability score improvement. Subclass feature. Ability score improvement. Spell mastery. Epic boon. And signature spells. So, let's see here. Spell casting is slightly condensed. Really slightly different. Start with 3 wizard cantrips. I like that they have recommendations now.
So I feel like one of the recommendations should have been prestidigitation.
Fair. I guess this is for people who don't want to choose.
Sure.
Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one of your cantrips from this feature with another wizard cantrip of your choice. That was an option that they added in Tasha's, but I don't think you got it until 2nd level. So now
I
they just added it in here as a base feature of spellcasting, which is nice. Also, that's very versatile for a wizard.
very. Uh, you don't need the Hat of Wizardry anymore if you need to get certain to a cantrip and you don't have it on you.
True, and all other spellcasting classes, you can't replace a cantrip that you choose until you gain level. So this is a lot more versatile in that opinion, in that way. You do gain one at 4th and 10th level, which is the same. Spell book should be pretty much the same. Well, actually, this is a lot of text here. It is a tiny object that weighs 3 pounds, contains 100 pages, and can be read only by you or someone casting Identify. Okay, that is a lot of description there. You determine the book's appearance and materials, such as a gilt-edged tome or a collection of vellum bound with twine. Yeah, that's some new information. I don't think. I mean, they kind of talk about that here. I mean, you could determine the book's appearance, but this is the part that they added in here. This wasn't part of this wizard.
Yeah, I guess they went very specific. I guess to restrict some things, but also give a buff where the no one else can read it.
Yeah, this is cool. This actually makes this is interesting because as a wizard, if you find other spell books, then you'd have to cast Identify to read it in order to transcribe new spells into your spell book. That's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
that makes it a little more both. That makes it a little bit more difficult trying to get those spells. But
But that's also some interesting like role play
yeah,
stuff. So I'm kind of okay with that.
it definitely gives more reason to use identify.
That is true. That is a reason to pick up Identify. Let's see. You start with 6 wizard spells of your choice in your spell book. That is the same. There's recommendations there.
Good recommendations.
Yep. Yeah, Detect Magic, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Sleep, and Thunderwave. Yeah, none of those are bad. Whenever you gain a wizard level after 1, you add 2 spells of your choice from your spell book. That is the same. Spell slots. The Wizard Features table shows how many spell slots you have to cast level 1 plus spells. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. That is the same. Preparing spells of level 1. This just says that you prepare the number found in the table.
Hmm.
And they can be of any level for which you have spell slots for, which is pretty much the same. Changing your prepared spells. When you finish a long rest, you can change your list of prepared spells, replacing any of the spells there with spells from your spellbook. Cool. I mean, that's exactly the same, though.
Yeah,
Intelligence spellcasting ability. You can use an arcane focus or your spellbook as a
that is
spellcasting
new.
focus. Yeah, I think that used to be something that only scribe wizards could do.
I like that they took that away from them, honestly, to give more just variety for a person.
Yeah, using your spellbook as a spellcasting focus is really neat.
And it makes it less things you have to carry.
That is true. So now that I'm thinking of it, what give it this starting equipment option? You don't really need this arcane focus if you can do that.
True, but it's more like it's kind of like how the examples, I guess, would be like it's a recommendation to
It's
like
I get
classic staff
yeah.
wizard and the book.
I guess it's good to have both too, just in case your spellbook does get destroyed,
Yeah.
because that can't happen.
So, and when you do, you'll at least be able to cast your cantrips and everything.
Let's see if this is the same. Add it. Is copying spell in your spellbook. Transcription takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces for each level of the spell. That's exactly the same.
Mhm.
Yep. You only need to spend 1 hour and 10 gold pieces. Wait. Oh, this is copying the
Uh,
book. Oh, 1 hour and 10 gold pieces for each level of the copy spell. Okay, that's the same too.
yeah, they just changed the wording of replacing the book to copying the book.
Yeah, they just condensed this language down, which honestly probably needed. It was probably too many words to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much the same. Let's Okay, let's see. Oh, level 1 ritual adept. So they basically took this out of spellcasting and made it its own feature because apparently people didn't realize that you could do this.
I
Some people apparently did not realize that you could do this.
I am glad I'm not one of those people. Having those rituals has helped us a lot in sessions.
Yeah. You can cast any spell as a ritual if that spell has a ritual tag and the spell is in your spell book. You needn't have the spell prepared, but you must read from the book to cast a spell in this way. Pretty nice. It is very versatile.
Yeah,
I also like that they've reformatted this so that it tells you exactly what level the feature is at.
that is really nice.
Level
Because like if
1,
you
yeah.
because you would have to go in like the small text. This just makes it simple.
Yeah, because older, at least the player's handbook doesn't tell you what the level is at unless it's like later levels. You'd have to like look in the feature to see what level you get it at. Or in some later books, they would have this under it.
Which was a step up, but what they now have in 2024 is better.
Yeah, that is better. Let me see. Does this work exactly the same? When you finish a short rest, you can choose expending spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level equal to no more than half your wizard level, round up, and none of the slots can be level 6 or higher. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Oh, that's equal to or less than half your wizard level, round up.
It looks like they put both those two paragraphs one and then added the long rest there.
Oh, yeah, before it said once per day. That's really the only change. Yeah, once per long rest is a more definitive restriction. Once per day, doesn't that mean like once every 24 hours?
Yeah, so that's definitely you can get away with doing like 2 long rests in a day, depending on how you do it. So
Yeah. So it's not necessarily a buff, but it is a better restriction. Okay, let's see here. Level 2 Scholar. While studying magic, you also specialized in another field of study. Choose one of the following skills in which you have proficiency: Arcana, History, Investigation, Medicine, Nature, or Religion. You have expertise in the chosen skill.
finally,
Hey, that's nice. You can have your wizard have expertise in Arcana.
please, I would love to have just that max Arcana ready for anything.
Yeah, you want that. What would that be? If you had
Because
a say 17 intelligence at level 2, that'd be a +7 to your Arcana check at level 2, which is pretty decent.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got that is a good extra feature. I like that. Plus,
Because what all classes get expertise now with wizard, bard, rogue?
um, well, Bard and Rogue for sure. I don't can't think of any others that specifically get expertise. Oh wait, Ranger gets
Ranger.
expertises. They also added the skill expert feat, so you could gain an expertise that way if you wanted to,
So
or
just glad now
skill
it's part
expert.
of the class.
Yeah, I mean it's a ribbon feature, but it's a nice ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wizard subclass moved to 3rd level. We have Abjurer, Diviner, Evoker, and Illusionist. Just fine.
Very
They're-
happy Illusionist made it into the book, though
Yeah,
I am sad so many are now no
yeah.
longer in it.
It is sad that we're missing 4 out of the 8 schools of magic. It seems like an odd choice, but I guess it's okay.
Yeah. It makes sense to keep 4 subclasses for every class. And I'm glad out of the 4, it's the best 4, I think, if you would
Yeah,
agree.
I would have liked to see an updated Necromancer
Yeah.
personally. Updated, oh god, an updated Conjurer could have been really cool too with all the summon spells added into the book now.
Especially how they've said how conjuration is a bit different too. I'm
Yeah,
hoping then maybe in a new supplement for
yeah,
2024 they're gonna have all the forgotten
yeah.
class
I would
sub
like to get a like advanced player's handbook or player's handbook 2 that has all the subclasses that we missed out on.
please.
Memorize spell is a new feature. Whenever you finish a short rest, you can study your spellbook and replace one of the level 1 plus wizard spells you have prepared or your spellcasting feature with another level 1 plus spell from the book. That's not bad.
It gives more use of a short rest, which we need. Uh,
True. It also allows you for if there's a spell that you really need. Or here's an example. If you let's say you go to a locked door and there isn't a rogue in your party, and it's really important that you get the door open, but you forgot to prepare knock. I guess you could take a short rest outside the door to re-prepare knock.
Get the short rest in. Wizard has it ready. Warlock has their full spell slots again. We're good to go.
Yeah. So there's definitely a use for that. There may also be some spells that you really want. There also may be a spell that you really want prepared for a fight that you did not prepare because you didn't think it was going to happen.
Especially the DMs we've had been always ready to throw a curveball at us. Something like this is very helpful.
True. Here's some nice art. The Elf Queen Yolande awes a red dragon with her spell, Yolande's regal presence. Oh, a rainbow.
Oh,
Hey, that's a cool staff.
oh.
Look at that staff, though.
Is that an Ioun stone on the?
I don't know. There's like two little orbiting things around the center object. That is the new red dragon, though.
He just looks like.
It's
Oh
just
yes.
bowing. I did look at the spell though.
Hmm.
It the spell incapacitates and prones the target,
Oh,
and also deals psychic damage. So I think that's why the dragon is bowing.
okay then.
Because the prone is basically the creature like falling to bow to whoever casts the spell. It's just kind of funny. Okay, let's see here. Spell mastery. You've achieved such mastery over certain spells that you can cast them at will. Choose a level 1 and a level 2 spell in your spellbook that have a casting time of an action. This is a new restriction. You always have those spells prepared and you can cast them at their lowest level without expending a spell slot. You can cast either spell at a higher level, to cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can study your spell book and replace one of those spells with an eligible spell of the same level from the book. Okay, so this means no more permanent Misty Step or Shield.
Which sad. I love the teleport everywhere.
True. I mean, there are subclasses that can do that now, so
Yeah, true.
guess it's
Look at
not
the archway.
true. This is I think that's an okay restriction to have because it is a free spell that you can always cast without
Yeah.
expending a spell slot. Uh, I guess Mage Armor would be a good option here.
Yeah. Always need mage armor, and uh, it's always just slightly just issue. We always have to waste a spell immediately for that. So doing that, especially at such late level, you have more spells ready. or a spell slot.
True. And I know that this is an improvement here. Because you had to spend 8 hours in study. It doesn't say it had to be part of. It didn't say it could be part of a long rest.
Yeah, that is a good improvement because that now allows maybe if you need to get ready for a fight or stuff like that,
Yeah,
you can long rest before the big day. This you can't get ready. In
yeah,
fact, that like kind of takes away from you even doing the long rest.
true. This does say one or both spells, so I think fixing it with a long rest and just having it be one of the spells is also okay.
It's a good
I think that's
balance.
fine. Yeah, yeah. So no more reaction or bonus action spells at will, but those spells are gonna be okay. I'm trying to think what level 2 spells we do. We'll look at the spell list here in a sec, because it's right under here. Epic boon. You get an epic boon feat, or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. Boon a spell recall is recommended. I'm kind of curious, what does the boon a spell recall do again? Increases intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to a max of 30. Free casting. When you cast a spell with a level 1 to 4 spell slot, roll a d4. The number you roll is the same as the spell of the slot's level. The slot isn't expended. Not bad.
I'll take that. I love gambling, and this is equivalent. Like, give me a three, give me a three, give me a
Yeah.
three. Free fireball.
I know you like gambling. That is a feat that you would take. Let's see here.
Papa needs a lightning bolt. Hey.
Basically. Let's see here. Level 20 features signature spells. Choose 2 level 3 spells in your spellbook as your signature spells. That's what's in about here. You always have those spells prepared, and you can cast each of them once at level 3 without expending a spell slot. That's the same. When you do so, you can't cast them in this way again until you finish a short or long rest. That is the same as well. If you cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot. That's exactly the same. So this feature didn't change at all. I mean, it was a
Just
good
more free fireballs.
true. It was a good capstone feature anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wizard was already lucky with the level 20 in comparison to others back in the 2014.
Yeah. So that's the base wizard.
Small things that balance, but honestly more buff than anything in the base part.
Alrighty. So let's see here. I don't think they added any additional spells. I mean, of course, they don't have Tasha's or Xanathar's spells listed in here that they didn't
Yeah.
republish, which is okay.
Though I know
You can still take these, to my understanding.
one spell that's not in the new 2024, but I'm just slightly of the sad from Xanthar's Illusionary Dragon.
Oh yeah, Illusory Dragon would have made perfect sense.
It's such a good illusion spell.
Okay, but let's see here. What's new? Elementalism is a new cantrip. True Strike has been remade. See any new options? Mind Sliver is in the PHP now.
Yeah.
Um, I like that they list whether or not what the special things of the spells are. They got
Yeah,
concentration, ritual, or if it requires a specific material component.
it makes it easier just to see what you're getting into before having to actually go into the details.
Also, this the spell list is in the class description as well, so you don't have to page to the back of the book where the spells are to locate what spell options you have to choose from.
Thank God.
Okay, so here's level 1 wizard spells. I'm really interested to figure out what spells we would choose for spell mastery. Let's see. I don't think they've added too many new spells, except or I don't think they added in any additional spells in the spell list other than new spells that they have added.
Yeah.
Because the wizard
Which
already had so many spells. Um, like I said, mage armor would be a good choice here.
another thing I realized with the bouncing, besides like Misty Step, is shield. You couldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that either.
It was just extra AC whenever needed.
Which bolt is better now?
Yay!
Yeah.
And identifies a ritual. So get
Yeah,
that for the spell book. You would never actually need to have it prepared.
that's true. I mean, you definitely don't need to pick up a ritual spell as your signature spell then. Just
I was just
because,
looking at the segment though, and I was realizing
true. Chromatic orb bounces now.
it'd be fun to have.
Um. Okay, let's see here. What wizard? Level 2 spells. Oh, Arcane Vigor is a new spell.
I have not
This
heard that one.
this is a bonus action spell, and when you cast it, you can roll hit dice to regain hit points.
Oh, get some more healing for the wizard. Okay.
Yeah, so I think wizards and sorcerers get this now. So it's just an option for you to regain hit points as a one of those classes, which is good if you need it. Um, Blur could be a good option.
Ooh.
Dragon's Breath. Enlarge Reduce would be. Oh wait, Mirror Image would be a really good option to how is that prepared.
Yes.
Um, Scorching Ray is a pretty powerful spell.
Spider climb for out of combat things. Maybe if you need to get somewhere, you don't have to
True.
worry about the situation. Just climb.
Yeah, there's good options that aren't bonus actions or reactions.
Since yeah, since you can, like you said before, you can't do Misty Step, Spider climb, just get you there.
True.
Hard to reach places.
And then we have great level 3 spells.
Yeah, for the level 20 ability, which Fireball
Yep,
that you can't get.
yep,
It's all
Fireball.
Fireball.
Or Free Haste.
Ah, true.
Hmm. Free Slow would be good as well. Is not probably not a bad option you could pick at level 3. Yeah. I don't really know like what new spells there are entirely. Uh
I like the art for the spellbook they just showed.
oh yeah, that. Look at this. Like, is this a potion pouch or
I
something
was
like that?
thinking, I was thinking that looked like for ink and stuff because if you see the top part, how
Oh
when it's
wait,
open, it's nice and point.
no, you're perfectly right. This is colored ink.
Because if you look at like the red for the fireball they just painted on the left page,
Oh wait, this must be magical ink for the spell book.
that way you can't see it.
Yeah, cause look at the look at like the colors of them. Oh, that's cool.
It's really, I really like that.
Yeah. There's a Yolanda's Regal Presence, like I was talking about earlier.
And remind me, what did you say? What save it was?
It is a wisdom save. It's a 10-foot emanation. Oh, it deals 46 psychic damage, gives the creature the prone condition, and it pushes it back 10 feet.
Hmm,
So
very
it's,
good spell.
yeah, it's not bad. What's the material component? A miniature tiara. That's funny.
I just like if one of my old characters, a giant orc Jiren, getting a tiny little tiara putting on his head. Feel my power.
Bow to me. That's funny. Oh, Tasha's
Tasha's
book.
Baldwin Culture.
Yes. So this is a new spell that they added. This, you conjure a cauldron, and the cauldron can give you common and uncommon potions from it. And you can pull out a number of potions equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. So it's a neat way to gain like potions.
It's got like a better alchemist artificer for the spell.
Yeah, kind
More
of.
random. It's
I
more
guess.
random, but hey, I'll take it. I like
Well,
game one
well,
potions.
actually,
Give me all the
actually,
potions.
it's not random because you choose the potion that you pull out.
Oh, then yeah. I mean,
It's a neat spell. It is a level 6 spell though.
that'd be a little before I even get in it. But hey, it's that'd be fun though to have.
True. I mean, you could just pull out a bunch of healing potions though if you really need them. Let's see. That was a new spell. What's this? The Wizard Leomund studies spellbooks to prepare his magic. Oh, it's Leomund. I don't know. Befuddlement is the new Feeble Mind.
Like they just changed the name on it, or is it all different
Oh,
together?
they changed the name and then
Oh,
wait, what do you do? I own the book. Excuse me.
oh,
Okay.
well.
Well, you can't look at it right now. Yeah, I think that might be it.
All right.
Wizard always had the best spell list, though.
Oh yes.
Okay. Oh no, I was mistaken. The replacing a wizard cantrip as a long rest, that was a level 3 option in Tasha's. Now you get that at level 1 as part of the spellcasting. Okay. Blade Singer was not republished. Perhaps it's not republished. Okay, here's the Abjurer art. Kind of neat.
Got that war damage with the eye patch.
Yeah.
I'm curious
Cool
what he has on
looking.
his hand.
I don't know. It's some type of
Is that
it's some type of covering, but I don't know what its purpose is.
my brain's trying to read it like he lost his thumb and index finger, and that's like a prosthetic.
Maybe.
Like how he's just currently looking like maybe one of his own spells messed up, blew part of his hand and hit his eye. And
Mm,
then
yeah.
also I like that on his spell book it has like the Atlantis symbol from the old movie.
Oh yeah, that kind of does look like Atlantis. That's funny. Okay. So Abjuration Savant is a lot more beefy than this because they completely changed it.
It
Che-
is such an improvement for all of
it
the
is.
archetypes.
Choose 2 wizard spells from the Abjuration School, each of which must be no higher than level 2, and add them to your spellbook for free. In addition, whenever you gain access to a new level of spell slots in this class, you can add 1 wizard spell from the Abjuration School to your spellbook for free. The chosen spell must be of a level for which you have spell slots. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
So now you get three spells every time you level up. One abjuration and two with that.
Oh, at every odd level.
Yeah, at all level, yes. But like, yeah,
Well,
it's a bonus spell in comparison to what Savant was.
yeah, true. Also, I guess technically it's not every odd level. It'd be every odd level up to level 17, because you don't get any new spell slots at 19th level.
Yeah.
So that's 9 free abjuration spells, which is decent.
So yeah.
It is something that you probably end up using more often than this Savant feature. I think the issue with the old version was you would gain a level, but you as a depending on what subclass you choose, you weren't encouraged to take spells that were a part of the skull that you chose because you'd be able to copy them down cheaper if you picked them up outside of leveling up.
And then you'd have to try and find those, and hopefully your DM would allow, like, actually get the chance to get those specific spells.
Yeah, so I think overall this is a lot better. Also, this is really easy to implement for the 4 subclasses that aren't listed in here. You could
Yeah.
literally just replace their savant features and then just change the school to the whatever the archetype is based off of.
Conjuration,
Necromancy,
necromancy,
enchantment, and
transmutation.
yes. No wait. Oh yeah, transportation is not in here. It's divination.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. I like that change. Arcane Ward. When you cast an abjuration spell with a spell slot, you can simultaneously use a strand of the spell's magic to create a magical ward on yourself that lasts until you finish your long rest. The ward has hit points equal to twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. Whenever you take damage, the ward takes the damage instead. And if you have any resistances or vulnerabilities, apply them before reducing the ward's hit points. If the damage reduces the ward to 0 hit points, you take any remaining damage. If the ward has 0 hit points, it can't absorb damage, but its magic remains. Whenever you cast an abjuration spell with a spell slot, the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of the spell slot. Alternatively, as a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot, and the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of the spell slot expended. Once you create the ward, you can't create it again until you finish the long rest. So there are a number of changes to this. The first one that I notice is the spell that you cast has to be with a spell slot. So it can't be free castings of an abjuration spell that you use to regain your ward. Which I guess makes sense. They do specify that you do apply resistances and vulnerabilities to damage you take, and before the ward takes damage. So that's good. I don't think it didn't necessarily say that. So a lot of people used to say that the ward took damage, and then when it went out, you'd then have any resistances or vulnerabilities you had. So that's nice that it specifies that. It might make your ward last a little bit longer, which is good. Um, this ability to just as a bonus action expend a spell slot to make the ward regain hit points is new, and I do like that that's an option for you.
They also, before that, one thing that they added is its magic remains. It's a small thing, but I've seen some DMs before, where if it goes out because of the wording, later, once you create it, you can't create it again. It can't regain HP.
Yeah, that was here before, but I do see your point there. Yeah, because the ward can still regain hit points even if it goes to 0. Which so I do think the arcane ward is slightly improved. It's not that different, but there's a little bit more versatility to it. I think this is the best addition to it, and then this clarification here is also very good. I don't mind this restriction. This makes sense. just because you're needing to expand magic to make your ward powerful. Makes sense to me, at least. Um, but yeah, I think I like Arcane Ward. It has its uses. It does make you a little bit more beefy as a wizard, which is not unappreciated.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Level 6 Projected Ward. When a creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself takes damage, you can take your reaction to cause your Arcane Ward to absorb that damage. If this damage reduces the ward to 0 hit points, the warded creature takes any remaining damage. The creature has resistances or vulnerabilities. Apply them before reducing the ward's hit points. I don't. I don't know. So I mean, I'm playing a arcane wizard or abjuration wizard in Eastern's game.
Yep.
So I can say that I have not used this feature that much. It is a nice feature to have. I have used it before when I know that someone's going to go down if I don't use it, but I don't think this is something that the Abjuration Wizard's going to use a whole lot. It is nice to have, but this is really more of a buffer for your allies if you want to use it. I don't think there's any changes here. Other than them specifying the resistances and vulnerabilities thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do think this is a good feature. It's just it's not always applicable, but it is a reaction. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? Let's see, Spellbreaker, which is a replacement of Improved Abjuration. You always have the counterspell and dispel magic spells prepared. That's nice. In addition, you can cast Dispel Magic as a bonus action, and you add your proficiency bonus to its ability check. When you cast either spell with a spell slot, that slot isn't expended if the spell fails to stop a spell. That's nice.
Yeah, that is a big buff.
That is a nice buff. Also, casting Dispel Magic as a bonus action is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it still allows you to cast a cantrip on your turn as an action, I do think that is really nice. And the reason that the proficiency bonus isn't added to counterspell anymore is because counterspell is a con save now.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But I think always having these spells prepared is pretty good.
It makes real sense for an abjuration wizard.
Yeah, these are abjuration spells.
Like I can kind of get like with approved abjuration, the other one like it was saying like you could do it for them, but strictly always have them in general is good.
Yeah, I do like this frees up what you can do on your turn if you need to dispel a bad effect. And then this is nice because it doesn't punish you if you fail.
Yeah.
It just makes sure that you're able to do the abjuration thing without being punished for not being able to do the thing that you're supposed to do, which is nice. I do like this. This is a good improvement to this. I do think this is better. And level 14, spell resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and resistance to the damage of spells. This is the same as this, but like I've always said, this is a very good feature.
Very.
This is very good.
It's like the bear totem of a wizard's.
Yeah, it is basically the bear totem ability of wizards. Hmm. Yeah, having advantage on saving throws against spells is very good. Having resistance to the damage of spells is very good.
Especially once you get in those layer levels, that's usually you are usually playing more magic people.
Yeah, this makes you the ultimate like magical duelist, in my
Hmm.
opinion. Very cool. Also, this photo is kind of neat because I now realize that he's basically blocking magic missiles with the arcane ward.
Being honest, I didn't even think about that being magic missile. I thought that was like maybe scorching ray or something. That makes much more sense.
It looks a lot more like magic missile. It would be real. They didn't do this, but it would have been really crazy if arcane ward negated, like ignored magic missiles.
That
That may have been too powerful because shield
I
already
would say
does
it's
that.
too powerful. It would definitely make it be a big buff, but I don't think
Yeah,
it'd be that powerful.
it would have been a big buff, but I mean you can already cast shield to do that, so
Yeah,
cool. Overall though, Abjurer I think has seen some pretty good improvements. I do think it is a better subclass than the 2014 version.
agreed.
Diviner. You like Diviner? Eastern
Have
likes
a
Diviner more.
I've actually had a divination character ready. I have not played, but would definitely need to update with the 20 rules.
Yeah. Okay, so Divination Savant is it's the same as Aberration one, except it's for divination spells, which is good. Portent is the same, I believe. I don't believe there's any changes to it. Whenever you finish a long rest, roll 2d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any d20 test made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll in this way only once per turn. Each foretelling roll can be used only once. When you finish a long rest, you lose any untold foretelling rolls. So I think that works exactly the same. Yeah, because uh,
Uh,
you did have to decide whether or not to replace the roll before you made it. Before, or yeah, you have to choose to replace the roll before the creature rolls it. But Portent is pretty useful.
well, it's very strong.
It is very strong. Um, Expert Divination. When you cast a divination spell using a level 2 plus spell slot, you regain one expended spell slot, level of which has to be lower than the spell slot you expended. Can't be higher than level 5. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how often it comes into play, but I mean, getting a spell slot back of a lower level is pretty good as long as you have empty spell slot to regain. Basically, free spell slots. That's not
Like
bad.
like maybe during between fights or something again. Maybe you just need to figure out something going on with BBG or something, and you can get back that mage armor you had to cast earlier.
True. Also, just looking at the art. The art's pretty neat.
Yes, I love the whole the moon style with it.
Yeah, the moon staff is pretty cool. This spell book is also very different from the last one. This is the robe style.
Has the constellations. It's really nice.
I like that most wizards in the art have been wearing glasses too. It's just funny.
Gotta get that scholarly look going.
Yeah. Third eye. This is slightly different. As a bonus action, choose one of the following benefits which lasts until you start a short or long rest. You can't use this feature again until you finish a short or long rest. The duration is the same. Oh wait, actually, this is kind of a uh, it could end when you were incapacitated. That has
Oh,
been taken away. So that's good. I didn't remember that.
me neither.
Uh, oh, and it also used to be selecting it as an action, so I don't think that's a huge change, but
It's a nice change because you can
yeah.
do it if you want to in the midst of battle instead of having to waste a turn in it or need to really choose beforehand.
True, you don't have to choose beforehand. Okay, let's see here. Dark vision. You gain dark vision with a range of 120 feet. That's better than 60 feet.
Yeah.
Greater comprehension. You can read any language. That's the same here. Ethereal sight is not here. See invisibility. You can cast see invisibility without expending a spell slot. Um, which actually I think that's a buff.
Yeah, because I think it's wider range than 10 feet.
Okay, so we can ignore the duration because it lasts until you take a short or long rest. But for the duration, you can. Oh wait. Oh no, you can cast it without expending a spell slot. Oh. Oh, so that's just any time you need it though, because you retain the benefit until you take the short or long rest. You could cast it at the end of every hour if you wanted to. For the duration, you see creatures and objects that have the invisible condition, as if they're invisible, which was what this did. And you can see into the ethereal plane. Okay, so that adds ethereal sight into see invisibility. Oh, also, this was only 10 feet from you.
Yeah.
This is sight.
So it is a big buff all around. Like it's now set for an hour with it, but literally going farther than 60 feet or 10 feet for either part now.
Yeah, this is a big improvement to that. That's farther than 60 feet or 10 feet. Yeah, so Third Eye got some buffs, which is nice. I think I approve of those changes. And Greater Portent should be exactly the same. You roll 3d20s for your portent feature rather than 2. Yep.
Yep.
Which is good. It's not bad. It's a buff to portent, which portent's already good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Look at this guy.
It looks like for evocation they're doing the only spell book.
Yeah, that's a spell book. Also got the extravagant wizard hat and
I love the
robes.
blue.
Yeah, the blue is good. It's almost like a teal color too, which is interesting. Okay, Evocation Savant. This is exactly the same except for evocation spells, which are good. That's all your damaging spells, so good to pick them up. Not gonna say no to free evocation spells.
Mhm.
They did swap potent cantrip and sculpt spells, but they did buff potent cantrip. It says your damaging cantrips affect even creatures that avoid the brunt of the effect. When you cast a cantrip at a creature and you miss with the attack roll, or the target succeeds on a saving throw against a cantrip, the target takes half the cantrip's damage, if any, but suffers no additional effect from the cantrip. Old potent cantrip just affected saving throw cantrips, by the way. So this
It's
is
earlier and stronger. That's a
yeah,
big buff.
yeah. Even if you miss with an attack roll, you're still doing half the damage of the cantrip.
Jeez.
Yeah, potent cantrip's pretty good actually. Yeah, if you're wanting to play a blaster wizard, that in itself is pretty good. Sculpt spells I think is pretty much the same. When you cast an evocation spell that affects other creatures that you can see, you can choose a number of them equal to 1 plus the spell's level. Chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throw against a spell, and they take no damage. They would normally take half damage on a successful save. Yeah, that's exactly the same.
They just push it up later.
Yeah. What I actually do approve that they swap these.
Yeah, it makes more sense to get stuff for a cantrip earlier on.
Yeah.
And if I'm right, I'm trying to remember. At level 6, what access do you have for spells?
Fireball and lightning bolt.
Yep, that's exactly what I was trying to make sure about. Because
Yeah.
it makes sense to when you get the actual thing that can affect your friends at that level.
Yep, that's the level that you're This is the level where you're gonna be wanting to use cult spells.
Yeah,
So I do approve of that swap, and
same.
I think I'm more okay with it because they buffed potent cantrip as well. Potent cantrip is good.
It is.
Let's see here. Empowered evocation. Whenever you cast a wizard spell from the evocation school, you can add your intelligence modifier to 1 damage roll of that spell. That should be the same. Yep.
It just worded a bit differently.
Mm-hmm. Which, good. I like a
Yeah,
tiny damage buff.
who doesn't?
Over channel. You can increase the power of your spells. When you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot of levels 1 through 5 that deals damage, you can deal maximum damage with that spell on the turn you cast it. First time you do so, you suffer no adverse effect. If you use this feature again before you finish a long rest, you take 2d12 necrotic damage for each level of the spell slot immediately after you cast it. This damage ignores resistance and immunity. Each time you use this feature again before finishing a long rest, necrotic damage per spell level increases by 1d12. This could get bad.
That can get very bad.
Yeah, so I do like this feature. You
Hmm.
definitely want to use it at least the once.
I
Uh,
feel like it could be worth doing the 2d12 depending on where you are in battle that
yeah,
needs that max
I
damage.
I would not. I don't know if I would use this the second time on a level 5 spell or level 4. I don't know. I feel really bad taking 2d12 per spell level as a wizard.
Well, I feel like again, I feel like a 5th level spell or even like a lower level spell that cap casted could work like a 5th level inflict wounds.
I don't think Inflict Wounds is on the wizard spell list though.
Dang, as someone that really likes wizard, I'm messing up my spell lists.
Yep. But also think of that. 5th level spell, that'd be 10d12 necrotic damage.
That yeah.
Also, you can't negate the damage in any way.
Again, it depends on how the battle's going. I feel like
True.
being given the option
This
make
might be it might be okay if you're at max hit points when you use it. But you may regret it if you do. Depending on what spell you're casting. I mean, I think this is good right off the bat if you were to cast like a max level fireball.
yeah.
It's really more of a question on if you want to take the damage for using it more than the once.
Like
I
we're
think
in the
it,
final part of the battle, use
yeah,
that to just steal the last kill and have them get you back up.
yeah. I think it's very dependent on the spell that you want to cast
Yeah.
and whether or not you can tank this. But over channel is good, I think. Though this will hurt potentially. All right, we're at your favorite subclass.
Let's go.
All right. This art is pretty great.
The art is amazing.
I like it a
Which
lot.
I want to say, is that meant to be like a rod? Because I don't think that's a wand there, unless it's just the way it's shaped on their side there.
Oh, I think this is supposed to be a wand. It's like a wand on on a belt chain. Oh, but actually, I think it is because the spell book is also hanging the same way.
Yeah, and it's nice. I like the purple on that.
Yeah, I also like the illusory
Cards and rabbits.
cards and yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty
Eh,
nice.
They're on the stage performing.
All right. So illusion savant, free illusion spells.
Yes.
Very good. Level 3 improved illusions. So you can cast illusion spells without providing verbal components. Very good. If an
It
illusion spell you cast has a range of 10 plus feet, the range increases by 60 feet.
it honestly gives me like your. It feels like a feat for a rogue. Trying to do something stealthy and everything. Without anyone noticing and trying to get away with it. But
Yeah,
it's I love it.
yeah, that honestly does kind of. This would be a good multi-class for a rogue.
Our multi-class arcane trickster illusion.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
Because rogue with arcane trickster, you still have to say the components for even when your mage hand's going invisible. So doing this, at least you can cast something and it's going to be quiet.
True. You also know the minor illusion cantrip. If you already know it, you can learn a different wizard cantrip of your choice. That's nice.
Yes, I always like it when they add that and not just say you add this, but if you already have it, nope, that's
Yeah.
it.
The cantrip doesn't count against the number of cantrips known. That's also good. You
Very good.
can create both a sound and an image with a single casting of minor illusion, and you can cast it as a bonus action. That is good. That part's good for the new spellcasting rules.
Yes.
I'm guessing this is minor illusion.
No, that is the level 6 ability.
Well, I'm not sure because could you also create the card effect?
I think,
Oh no wait. They must be doing summon beast as their
yeah,
action and minor illusion to create the card effect behind
as a
it.
bonus action.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Okay, let's talk about phantasmal creatures though.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Okay, you always have the summon beast and summon face spells prepared. Whenever you cast either spell, you can change its school to illusion, which causes the summoned creature to appear spectral, which causes it to gain these benefits. You can cast the illusion version of each spell without expending a spell slot, but casting it without a slot has the creature's hit points. Once you cast either spell without a spell slot, you must finish a long rest before you can cast a spell in that way again. No, I know you said you. I know you had some confusion about this originally because of the way this was worded. Uh, but yeah, you can cast these spells as illusion spells without casting them on without expending the spell slot.
Yeah,
Yeah. The only benefit to doing this though is to gain the benefits of this.
yeah. That is the only thing since uh, especially with it being spectral and it doesn't it makes them look like the rabbits.
Hmm. That is cool though. I didn't think about doing the minor illusion and the summon thing.
Yeah, that's going to have a lot more versatility with that.
Yeah.
I,
The free castings are good, but like I said, I only think you're gonna do this if you're wanting to like scout or something.
I will miss malleable illusions though,
Yeah.
because it basically allowed you whether you had casted to, in a sense, recast it or to alter it as needed for maybe a situation going. It was definitely more useful in an RP scenario inverse to this, which can be used in combat. But again, I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, we'll have to look though because they have changed the wording on most spells, so I wonder if malleable illusions just didn't really function anymore with the changes that they made to some spells.
Yes, we do need to look at them.
Let's see here. Illusory Self. When a creature hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to interpose an illusory duplicate of yourself between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you, then the illusion dissipates. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You can also restore your use of this feature by expending a level 2 plus spell slot. No action required.
Now that is an addition that I really like.
Yes, that is good.
Because I always felt like when we got to the point and we used it, and we didn't really have a warlock on the team, so we usually didn't think of short rest and everything. This in Miss Combat, we can use this as well to restore and keep using it.
Yeah.
It's like what was we were literally just looking at it. It was like the other spell that kind of gives similar benefits
Yeah.
to it.
I was going to say that this is more useful than shield, depending on the situation.
Yes, because it is an automatic.
Hmm. Well, this is technically better than shield because there you may have an instant you may have an instance where the roll is so high that shield won't save you,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
but this can.
Yeah, with this, it's an automatic miss.
True. And it's only a level 2 spell slot if you want to use it more than the once that you get.
Which, looking at some level 2 spell slots, I mean, this is better.
True. I mean, at this point, you have 5th level spells, so
Yeah.
this is more protective, but it is good protection. I know you too. You're gonna you would use this and then make quips about them not being able to hit you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, and then illusory reality is pretty much the same.
They've just added
Um,
one more caveat to it.
yes. When you cast an illusion spell with a spell slot, you can choose one inanimate non-magical object that is part of the illusion and make that object real. You can do this on your turn as a bonus action while the spell is ongoing. The object remains real for 1 minute, during which it can't deal damage or give any conditions. For example, you can create an illusion of a bridge over a chasm and then make it real and cross it. I do like this example.
Yes, that's always a fun example. But yeah, with the special edition, they can't give any conditions. I know, like one of our friends would always give the example of using sovereign glue and trap someone, but since that would be the restrain condition, stuff like that, that's no more.
You can make it an illusion. How would you create sovereign glue, though, if it's a non-magical object? Isn't sovereign glue magical? Maybe.
Even that's just the one example I know they could use it, but no matter what, you
Oh,
can't like put them in in binds or something like that. You can't
true.
put chains on them.
Oh yeah, you can't. You couldn't make like illusory chains to restrain them or
Yeah.
something. I mean, you already couldn't deal damage with it. It does say directly, otherwise directly harm anyone, which is very vague.
Yeah, like I mean, if you make like a wall, like if someone runs into that wall and hurts themselves, I mean,
True. I guess
like they're
conditions could be harmful. I guess you could like make a blindfold appear and like wrap itself around someone's face to like blind them if they didn't have that restriction.
yeah.
We would make a bucket appear in the air and drop on the person's head to blind them.
I've always seen like a good thing like for play like technically, and tell me if I'm wrong, with this you could give someone a shield
You could.
or like make mithril armor.
I'm 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 also thinking. Well, mithril is no.
Mithril.
Is mithril magical? I think it
That's
might
what I'm
be.
saying.
Uh, what another thing I think you could create a wall and you
Yes.
could wall off a door and make it real.
You wall off a door. Center I've seen someone talk about like some the opposite of this, like a bridge was starting to fall apart. Someone put like a giant column underneath to keep it stable.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, there are some really neat options you could do with this. I did see that they did add with a spell slot here rather than just a spell of first level or higher.
Yeah.
Which
They've
I
done
don't
that
think
with another
I
feature earlier on.
I don't think that's much of a restriction.
It's just more of a it's basically the same thing, just different wording.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's not a
I,
spell slot would be a cantrip, and
yeah, I mean, you could potentially have a free casting of illusion spell, maybe.
mm, that makes sense.
I'm trying to think. I think what is it? Fade touch can give you an illusion spell,
Yeah,
but
or like a high elf in the new species thing, you can get cantrip, minor illusion. Oh no, that's first. No, that's not first.
oh yeah, this doesn't work with cantrips, anyways.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was getting my spells. Yeah, and I like wizard. I keep messing it up.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, well, yeah, this is a good ability. I think overall though, these are buffs. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is definitely a buff. This restriction doesn't hurt it. This is really just like this is defining the rules more.
Hmm.
Uh, this is a neat feature.
Yep. Got some conjuration that goes in illusion.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. This is really good. And then all the savant features are good.
Yep. Let's go
Yeah,
illusion.
yeah. Illusion's good. There's not. I don't think there's a bad option here for a subclass. Is the thing?
All the wizard classes
Yeah,
either stayed the same, got buffs, slight changes, and the four they went with are always solid.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be tempted to do an old version now that these new versions are out until they update these. Well, like I said, you could just copy paste the savant thing and change the school for these, and
Yeah.
then have everything else work the exact same. It's just not bad. But yeah, that's all the changes to Wizard. Um, yeah, there's not a whole lot of changes in the base class. It's really the oh crap, I didn't mean to go that far. Not a whole lot of changes in the base class, but the it's really the subclasses that got buffed here, which I do think they needed changes.
Yeah.
Um, overall, that I do like what they changed.
Oh, no, that's great.
Yeah,
Let's go wizards.
true. Any final thoughts before we end the video?
If you haven't tried an illusion wizard, this is now the best time to try them out. Because I know a lot of people have already done like evocation stuff like that. So I'm just very fond of it. Weave those subtle spells of deception.
True, true. Alrighty, well, that will be it for the video. Thank you, Sean, for joining me. I appreciate your help.
Glad to be here.
Just to join in a little discussion about this, so it's not just me talking. But yeah, that's all the changes in the wizard. Um, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll have videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so keep a lookout for the next video, and I'll catch you all later.
Ooh.
See ya.